The next question, they say Islam makes sense rationally, but why do you indoctrinate kids with religion and not let them decide when they get older? Because then they can irrationally choose Islam and not be indoctrinated. Right, so again, this is semantics again. So if we're talking about indoctrination, and we're talking about education, so children are taught to read and write. We don't call it you're indoctrinating your children to read and write and use mathematical language and use the Western system of mathematics. Why not use a different system? Why are you using Arabic numerals? Why not going back to the Roman numerals? Are you indoctrinating your kids? It's called education. You inform your children and you teach them. Ultimately, when they become adults, when they become mature and able to deal with themselves, you want to have the correct tools to deal with life correctly as a secure, well-adjusted, well-balanced adult human being. If you've given those tools, then you have done your job. If at the end of their childhood they become adults and they choose to change their belief and to go to hellfire, that is between them and God, and they will be accountable for it. But we don't send our children to hellfire, and we don't put them in danger and leave them vulnerable to going into danger. We prepare them with the tools and the skills they need for life. We teach them to think, and we teach them to question the status quo. That's not called indoctrination, that's called education. So these type of propagandized terms is dishonest. It's completely dishonest. But it's far more true to say that the Western governments in particular, maybe all governments in the world today, indoctrinate children with the ideology of the government. So our children are, it's stated as a policy. They want to instill British values by force upon children, indoctrinate them, embed it within all of the learning. Instill values such as democracy, secularism, and so. Why are you indoctrinating the children? Why can't you let them choose their own way of life? And then if they start to question democracy, you call them extremists. And then they have a whole program called Prevent and criminalizing children, getting the police involved to terrify them into accepting the status quo. And this is the type of authoritarian propaganda machine. That's the true industrial scale indoctrination of children. It's not the idea that parents teach their children their heritage, culture, and educate them with the tools that they need for life.